What if I told you that I completed my Leaving Certificate, a degree in university, and an internship in one of the most innovative companies in the world? Would you say that my achievements are normal for a young woman who wants to succeed in life? Or would you say that my achievements are not normal? Well, your answer to this may depend on your postal code. Where I'm originally from, my achievements are certainly not the norm. I'm originally from Dublin 1, and I'm the first in my family to go to university. According to the Higher Education Authority, in 2014, only 23% of young adults from Dublin 1 continued on to third level education. And this underrepresentation goes back many generations in my family. In the 1940s, my grandmother was working as a catering assistant for the Gresham Hotel on O'Connell Street. And she worked night shifts here in order to provide for her 13 children during a time of economic difficulty. And as a result of this difficulty, like herself, her children, including my mum, were not presented with the opportunity to go to university. In 1994, my mum was continuing on in her mother's footsteps, also working as a catering assistant, but for Trinity College, Dublin. And at the time, she was also pregnant. And as she walked under the arch of Trinity College and across the cobblestones, she had a dream that maybe one day her child would have the chance to go to university. In 2012, my mum's dream came true when I was offered a place to study political science and geography in Trinity College. And it's safe to say, on that morning at 6:30 a.m., she woke everyone up, and she told everyone on the way to the shops that her daughter would be going to Trinity College. And although, of course, as a young 18-year-old, I was absolutely mortified, but looking back, I understand where she was coming from, and I am so proud and happy of my achievements. Now, during my 4 years in Trinity College, I took part in many voluntary activities, especially with the Trinity Access Program. And this is a program that provides support and opportunities to young adults like myself from underrepresented areas. And around this time last year, I received an email asking would I like to apply for a scholarship in a cloud computing company. And as you can tell from my background, I had no clue of what cloud computing was. And I had no clue about the business world. I also didn't believe that I could work in the business world. However, I surprised myself as I was offered, along with Kate and 10 other students, a place on this scholarship. And in the summer, I completed an intense 3-month internship with that company. Now I am pursuing a career in the business world, something that I would never have believed had you told me 5 years ago. Today, I stand here because I want to spread awareness of the opportunities that are out there for young adults from underrepresented areas. Kate and myself would like to see more opportunities being created, especially by businesses. If businesses can adopt corporate social responsibility in a way that can benefit those from underrepresented areas, then together we can create a society that provides equal opportunities to everyone.
Let me elaborate a little bit more on corporate social responsibility. The main task of corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is to prevent practices which can weaken the society and damage organizations. Many cynics compare CSR to teenage sex. They say everybody's doing it, well, in fact, only a few of them are. And those that do it pretty badly. Now, the main reason why this happens is because many companies misunderstand the key concept of CSR. Oh, that's easy, they say. Let's create charity foundations and donate a lot of money, and this will help. And that is where they go wrong. Donating money won't hurt, of course, but it won't sustain change either. The key thing to remember about CSR is that it's not about how the company spends its money, but it's about how it makes it. Therefore, companies need to rethink their connection with communities. And instead of a one-time donation, they need to put CSR at the core of their vision. Approach it as an investment rather than spending. So, what group of people can possibly benefit from the involvement of CSR and still be profitable to companies at the same time? Well, here I'm talking about young adults, and specifically about school leavers from underrepresented areas. Overall, access to third-level education in Dublin has substantially increased over the past few years. However, there are still some areas that remain underrepresented. For example, according to Higher Education Authority statistics, only 15% of school leavers from Dublin 17 go on to third level education, and only 16% of those from Dublin 10 do likewise. Now, compare this to 99% of school leavers from Dublin 6 and 84% from Dublin 4. The main reason why so many school leavers from areas such as Dublin 17 and Dublin 10 do not go to college are the following. Low family income. They are often the first person in the family to go to college, so there's nobody they can look up to or follow as a role model. And thirdly, there's a lack of support they get from their societies. Another problem those kind of students are facing is progressing from third level education onto professional world, due to their lack of connections and simply being unaware of professional environment. To combat this problem, with the help of CSR, companies need to start thinking beyond donating money and become moral actors. Concepts such as higher education access programs, mentoring, career pathways programs should be introduced and implemented in order to give those kind of students what they need the most, which is guidance, support, networking, and most importantly, confidence in their futures. In return, companies will receive a wider pool of talent, a diverse workforce, and of course, the rewarded experience for their employees through direct and active involvement of helping students to shape their futures. So, if there's one lesson to be learned from this speech, is that changes in companies' thinking and in companies' vision of CSR can lead to improvements, and it can help students to overcome the two biggest milestones in their lives, which is completing a degree and finding employment. So today, we ask you to join us in inspiring change. We ask you to spread our message in your communities and in your workplace of the opportunities available to young adults. We have many challenges and many opportunities, but together we will meet them and make sure that everybody is treated equally, regardless of their postcode. Thank you very much.